You go? One of the things we enjoy doing, just watching the traffic at the boat ramp. There's actually whole YouTube channels dedicated to all the happenings at boat ramps, and they're pretty fun to watch. Hi, and welcome back to Purple Collar Life. Another different video today. We're on the lake. We're kind of just relaxing and enjoying the time, but I was thinking that, you know, some channels like Outdoors with the Morgans often do kind of a State of the Union or what's been happening in life. And there's certainly a lot to talk about in the Purple Collar life. So we'll do just a little review in this video of what's been happening with the family at the homestead, just kind of get everybody up to speed on where we're at. So first of all, I think we should probably say that the last several months have been really busy. It's what they call senior season. Our daughter just graduated from high school.
Mackenzie, Darlene.
So for the last several months, it's been, you know, a whirlwind of senior awards, graduation.
Please turn your tassel from your right to the left.
Planning for senior party, attending other senior parties, getting ready for summer.
Planning colleges,
working on scholarships, all that financial aid type of stuff. And then also just the end of a senior year for Mackenzie. So, you know, they had special things at school where they went on field trips, and they had a student volleyball game where Mackenzie, because she's a varsity volleyball player, was one of the coaches of one of the school teams against other school teams. So that was fun to go and watch that also. So other things that have been going on, we haven't really mentioned it on the channel, but Mackenzie played this volleyball season with a broken shoulder, with a torn labrum.
So the socket was broken.
The socket was broken.
And the labrum was torn in the front and the back and had dislocated twice.
Yeah. So she played through the season that way. It was her senior year. I think she couldn't even imagine not playing her senior year. So she did play. She hit a couple left-handed hits, but mostly just blocked and was a great defender at the net.
She was the lead blocker second season in a row, and the lead passer 3 seasons in a row.
Yep, so she
Even
without the use of her right shoulder, did still a great job.
Second team all-conference.
Yeah. So just after the varsity volleyball season, Mackenzie did have her shoulder surgery, and it's been a long haul since then. She's been traveling, you know, an hour plus each way, once or several times a week for physical therapy down at the surgeon's office, the same surgeon that does a lot of surgeries for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and it's at the Lemieux UPMC Center there in Cranberry Township. So she's been doing that quite a bit, and I think her progress is coming along, probably slower than she would like, but still.
He told her it was going to be a really significant surgery to recover from, but I think at 18 and never having a surgery before, and then on top of everything else, it wasn't just a normal shoulder surgery, it was extremely complicated. And
Yep. So in a previous video we bought a boat, and we talked about this pontoon boat, and certainly one of the primary reasons was because our Olive isn't in the best health right now and wanted to be able to spend summer with her. But another reason was because Mackenzie wouldn't be able to do a lot of our summertime water sports. So, you know, no skiing, no wakeboarding, probably pretty light action on the tubing, just to still protect that arm and that shoulder while it heals. So that was another reason we're here on the pontoon boat. So throughout this video so far, and I'm not sure exactly where I'll place this in the video, but we've been talking about the senior season and how we're really focused on Mackenzie graduating and the summer activities that go along with the senior season. So you can see here we're getting ready for a graduation party. We're having it in the big building. Jennifer made all these picture boards, grandparents, parents, Mackenzie on fun activities, boating, all kinds of awards from volleyball and her academics at school. So we're getting ready for people to get here for the graduation party. I haven't even showered yet. It's been work nonstop so far this morning. We've got the food over cooking, and I'll show you what we've got cooking, but it's gonna be an exciting day here. And I wanted to mention, because we've had a couple people ask if they would like to send cards or something to Mackenzie for her graduation, how they can do that. Well, in this video, if you'd like to contribute in any way, if you feel led to give any money towards Mackenzie's college, everything that this video makes in ad revenue will go towards Mackenzie's college. And if you click that thanks button down below, that'll let you give a donation to the video, and we'll make sure that Mackenzie gets all that money towards her college expenses. The other thing you can do, if you'd like to send us a card or send Mackenzie a graduation card, you can email us and I'll send you that physical address to mail the card to us. So we're gonna have a great time here at Mackenzie's graduation party. We're all set up. We've got tables, we've got chairs, we've got drinks, we've got all the food. I think a lot of people will be standing here looking at this board. Other stuff going on, so we've talked about the truck in several videos. Some of you have joined the channel because of the F350 with the Godzilla 7.3. Obviously we used it to come to camp. It's still doing a great job, but I will be having an update video talking about the transmission, talking about our second oil change with the oil analysis, and if you missed it, we recently did a video about towing this boat, which is about 3,500 or 4,000 pounds. So, you know, we've done lots of towing of the camper, heavy, like 12,000 pounds. I was anxious to see what our mileage was with something a little bit lighter, although very wide, and definitely a windsock behind you when you're towing a pontoon boat. So what are the things we've been working on at home?
Well, you had specifically asked me months ago not to plan Mackenzie's graduation party at the house.
Right.
You wanted to go off location, pay or do whatever, because you knew that I would have quite the honey-do list. Yeah. Although I've also had my own to-do list.
Yeah.
So her party's in a week.
At the house.
At the house. So it's not going to be perfect, but there's still some things I'd like to have done.
It's not being catered, so Jennifer's taking care of getting the pulled pork there,
all the food,
rented tables, chairs, making sure that we have all the buns. I mean, decorations. So my recommendation to you is, no matter how much your wife tries to persuade you to have it at home, if you have a big 40 by 60 building like us, you'd think, oh, it's perfect to have it at home. It's a lot of extra work.
It is perfect. We have the space for people to park. We have the building.
Yep.
That way we don't have to lug everything everywhere. It'll be great.
And the building is typically the house for our camper, our boat, tractors, four-wheeler, log splitter. So that stuff is all temporarily displaced. But it actually worked out okay because Jennifer has annual...
Watch out.
So we have been doing a lot of preparations at home. Jennifer had this big list of stuff that needed done.
It's been exciting though. I mean, we've talked, when you only have one kiddo, you know, every milestone that you hit, it's your first milestone of ever doing that, and it's also your last. So even though this party's been a lot of work, I'm having a lot of fun planning it, and the whole point of it is to celebrate Mackenzie and to showcase all the stuff that she's accomplished, and have friends and family come and wish her well. So
yep.
It'll all be worth it. We just still have some work to do.
Yeah. And it's all stuff that, you know, probably needed done anyway, but this is just incentive to get it done with the deadline. So
there you go.
And Jennifer does have an annual garage sale, pretty good sized garage sale, and it actually worked out the timing wise that we had the garage sale, so everything was already out of the building. It was already, you know, partially cleaned up. You shot back the entire 40 by 60 cement floor. So we're a little bit ahead of the game in getting ready for a party here in another week. Mm-hmm. So other things going on, we talked about Mackenzie's senior year. Like Jennifer said, every first is also our last, so first and last senior prom for Mackenzie. If you remember from our Instagram and post in the early year, Mackenzie was homecoming queen. She was on the prom court, and then we're so proud of her. She got all kinds of awards at the senior award night and all kinds of scholarships, and certainly every penny helps because college is not an inexpensive adventure. So we're glad that she was able to get as much as she could, and she worked hard to apply for scholarships that people didn't even hear about or know about, so she did a great job.
Well, because of her shoulder, she's still not released to go back to any type of a job yet, so
Yeah.
we're really proud of her that she used that time off from work really to make looking for scholarships of her part-time job.
Yeah. And she's been a really good child throughout high school. She's done a great job, not been a problem for us, not been a troublemaker.
I would like to think that's just her excellent parenting skills, but definitely a lot of credit to Mackenzie, because even once she got old enough to be a little bit more independent, I know that probably everybody says, oh, my kid's a good kid, but she really has been a great kid and easy to raise.
So I think heavy on our minds lately is Olive, because if you haven't watched the We Bought a Boat video, we talked about Olive is our Great Dane rescue. We rescued her somewhere between 2 and 4 years old. We're not sure how old exactly she was. The paperwork had conflicting information, and we've had her for 7 years. So she's somewhere between 9 and 11 years old, and her health is declining pretty fast. I think she's been healthy all this time.
Went for some back pain issues too.
Right.
Some more serious stuff really quickly.
Yep. So she's on a couple of different medicines, a steroid and a anti-rejection medicine. She's somehow depleting her own platelets, and we don't have, any official word on what's causing that. Done some testing, but really not much other testing you can do at this point.
Probably some type of autoimmune.
Probably some type of autoimmune situation that she's dealing with. So hopefully with the medicine, we'll still have her a lot longer, but we've been thinking about her a lot this summer and how to enjoy this time with her.
And not only just having her longer, but really making her quality of life be as best as it can be, because she just wants to be with us.
Yeah. And camping it was one of those things that we weren't sure about, like what are we going to do with Olive when we go camping? And we haven't taken her camping with us in the past that often because she was a little wild at camp. She's a strong dog, and when she would see, like I said, she's a rescue, and she's still afraid of certain people or demeanors, or when people, she doesn't see people coming other than their feet behind the camper and then they appear out of nowhere. She gets a little nervous about that. So there have been times in the past that, she's torn out of the campsite with her cable attached to her, pull our legs out from under us. But this summer is totally different. She's just enjoying being with us. She has been tethered to a mop outside the door of the camper, so that's perfectly enough to hold her at this point. She just wants to be by us, and she's mostly sleeping and enjoying time on the boat and just being in the truck or the camper or outside the camper where we play cards, or in the boat with us. So definitely a great summer for her to be with us 24/7 and doing exactly what we're doing. So it's not even like we leave her in the camper and go, run errands or get an ice cream cone or something. Wherever we go, she goes. So it's been a great summer for that.
The summer of Olive.
The summer of Olive. So hopefully this update wasn't too boring for you, but just kind of an update on what's happening with the family. A lot of times the videos that we make are more what we're doing in a specific task, and sometimes how to change the belt on your mower deck. Maybe not everyone has that mower. It doesn't appeal to everybody, and maybe this won't appeal to everybody, but just kind of we are regular people too, in addition to the tasks that we do, and these are the things that are happening with us so far the summer of 2023.
Oh, and one of the things too that will be super different is, I've been coaching Mackenzie in volleyball for 6 years.
Right.
And, my preseason just started and summer league, and this is the first season, and this will be 7 years. This is the first one that I don't have her on the court, so that.
Right. And she went to that first preseason game, and she said, how hard it was to watch because she wants to be out there doing it. It's hard to believe that she's not a part of that anymore. And I think it was probably a little bit before she goes back to watch more games.
Probably.
All right, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please leave those comments down below. What's going on in your life, where you're at in your your situation, like we said, you know, it's kind of an adjustment time for us as Mackenzie's graduated from high school. We'll be temporarily moving out to a dormitory for a certain number of months and then coming back to us. But so we're adjusting to that. We're going to have a lot of time together in the evenings to do, you know, we'll probably start picking up some other hobbies, maybe join a biker club, all kinds of games.
Oh, I know exactly what we'll be doing. We'll be cutting wood.
That's right. So stay tuned. Lots of firewood cutting, splitting, and stacking. We're going to have so much of it, we'll probably have to sell the abundance that we'll have.
That's what we need, is another side gig.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you again the next time.